G'day, welcome back. I'd especially like to welcome my new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy the content of my channel. If you missed part one of the tool and cutter grinder, there's a link up there now. Go watch that first, then come back and watch this one. Alrighty, so let's not dilly-dally around. Follow me over to the bench. I'll show you what I'm going to get up to in this episode. Over there. Alrighty, so in this episode, to get the ball rolling, I'm going to do some more casting. These are the parts. Actually, no, I'm going to start with this one. These are the plates for the ends of this steel plate. I've only drawn one because they'll basically be the same. The one at this end has to take this thing in it. That's why it has this 40.5mm hole in it. And the one on that side there will take this thing, inserted about 10mm, with about 10mm hanging out the other side with a nut on it to retain it. But I am also contemplating slitting it and putting a bolt down through here. This side, there's not much way of bolting this in, so I think I'll do the same with that. I'll just bore it so it's a really neat fit into it, slit it, so I put a clamping bolt down through that way. But on the other end, this end up here, actually for this one, where I want that to be able to slide in and out, I will make the hole on this side over here 20mm, a fairly neat slide fit, but I won't be slitting it because it'll get it either through the side or through the top, probably through the top. It'll get a little bolt, and I've got to somehow figure how to get through this bloody chrome plating on here, because I've tried turning that in the past and it's never been that successful. It's pretty hard stuff. So I'm thinking about trying to grind a bit of a slot in it with the angle grinder and get through the chrome plating, and then just try and mill a slot in it. Either there's probably a 6mm slot, so that this can't actually rotate this bar. It'll hold it fixed in place and then keep it up and down as it moves back and forwards. And over on the other side, I'll just do what I'm going to do here. Put a 20mm hole through it, slit it, clamp it like that. And then once I've done all that, I'll make these up. So these two bits will fit. Actually, I've got to modify this one and this one. You've got to make a little sleeve up because this is way too bloody loose on here. This is not the screw I'm going to use on this. I've got some of those spring-loaded lever locks coming, and I'm going to make up a little hollow sleeve that will locate these two exactly in the right place, because that's like a cock and a sock that. But anyway, so this one, I want to bore a 20mm hole in that. Actually, I didn't mark that. That's 10mm. This thing's 15mm thick, so 10 might have reduced it to 8. Bore a hole in there, so that will locate that precisely on there. And then from underneath and through here, it'll have a locking bolt, so that when you rotate it, you can lock it down tight. It'll have a dovetail in the top of it, and then I'll machine this one up. The new ER32 collet chuck is only a day or two away, I think. It's already cleared customs, so it's just got to get here now. So once it arrives, I'll be able to machine that out, make sure it's a good fit in there. And there's some other bits and pieces to make up to retain that in there. And also, I showed you this silly little bloody thing I bought a long time ago when I was making the spin indexer. I decided I want to try and use this because there's 36 holes around the inside there. And if I can make up a little spring-loaded locating pin, it'll allow me to index a cutter around to the next facet where I want to grind. So I'm going to try and integrate that into it. I have to machine some of the outside off, get rid of everything but the 36 holes. Anyway, so that will fit on the end like that somewhere on the outside. But anyway, so we'll get on with this. I won't bore you with making up all the foam bits. I'm a little worried that I won't have enough to pour 2 of these in one whack. But anyway, we'll give it a go, see what happens. Get on with it. Alrighty, just a quick update. All you guys went looking this morning, I've remachined this. Made it look a whole lot nicer than that one too. Fits nice on the shaft now. I've got a full 12mm of stroke in there, so I'm happy with that. And this showed up today. I only ordered that last Friday. It's Friday today, so it's exactly 1 week out of China, so I'm pretty happy with that. And these things, I only ordered them yesterday. There's some angular contact bearings for the shaft for this thing. and this is stuff up. I ordered two 15mm shaft seals, which made bloody good to me. So I'll have to order something different for that. But anyway, just a quickie. Alrighty, slight change of plans. I've decided that this one here, I'm not going to cast that. I've got this bit here that came out of the bottom of the spam tin when I cast some stuff the other day. It's 5mm too narrow, but that doesn't matter. I can get around that. I can use that piece. It's plenty long enough, plenty thick enough, so I'm going to dress this one up and use that for that bottom piece. Alrighty, so I've taken only what I need to take off this to clean it up. It's actually quite a nice piece of material, that. This was the top, it's got a couple of little bubbles in there. But I'll make that the bottom. I've seen this as the top with the dovetail in it. So I'll mark it up now, find my best 50mm piece in there and cut it off on the bandsaw and then clean the ends up. Alrighty, so I've left a couple of millimetres for clean up. I'll clean these things up. Quick sanity check. .96. Really? This battery's going flat, dude. I hope I can finish this before it turns off. Well, I'm going to call that close enough. Well, I've had enough of this heat for one day, so I'm going to leave this tomorrow. I think I've just had a change of mind about this too. I think I'm going to swap the dovetails around in these, put the male one on this one and the female on this one. Alrighty, so I formed these two bits up this morning and they're out here baking in the sun, so weather permitting I will bore them tomorrow morning. Alrighty, we'll cut some dovetails in this thing. Alrighty, if only cutting dovetails and steel was that easy. Alrighty, so that's me for today. Going to a birthday party, so and it's stinking hot again. So that's that. If you're wondering about this, that was just checking my centering after I'd done all the edge finding. Well, didn't get this done yesterday because I had a bit too much to drink at that party, and it's the first time in a very long time I've had a hangover. I've poured it today because it's hot and sunny again, but I think I've got at least one fail and possibly two. This one here, I started pouring it and all of a sudden it started leaking out the side, so it separated from the top of the foam. And the other one here, down in there, I don't know what that's like. This one might be alright. No, it's a fail here because of the leakage. This bastard anyway. So it'll be back to the drawing board. It's good for bloody multi-grips, is it? Yeah. Yep, she's a dud. So, back to the drawing board for both of them. Bugger. Alrighty, so after those casting disappointments, we'll get on with finishing this piece off and then finish machining up that bit I put the dovetail in the other day. I do have a piece of steel plate here I'm hoping is still wide enough. I might make those ends out of a bit of steel plate that I've got here. Anyway, we'll get on with this. That cost me 800 baht, that bloody thing I bought a long time ago, and it's just a piece of shit. Fucking hopeless. Hopefully when I get this thing finished we'll be able to sharpen that up. That's 20 mil. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that, fucking leave it alone. I'll just deburr that, stick with the 16 mil I just put down there a minute ago, which was a pretty clean hole, that 16. Alright, so that's not of any real importance what size that is, because I've got a machine a bit up that fits neatly in there anyway. Alrighty, just before I get on with machining up that other thing in the lathe, I was just having some lunch and I started thinking about these, the two decent bits I get out of what I cast this morning. They are both for the same rod. They are the bits meant for this end here and this end here. So there's no reason why I can't use these two bits here, because the rod that goes over on the other side is of little to no consequence, and I mean, you can't even really see any reason to have it there, but I'm going to put it there anyway. But I've got these off that other thing. I can just use them to mount that. Now they won't be as high as that, but there's nothing stopping me from actually roughly the same. Nothing stopping me from mounting them on another bit of plate or something, just to lift them up a bit if I have to. They don't need to be completely parallel with that. But anyway, just thought I'd tell you about that. But I'll get onto the lathe now and finish machining up that other bit. Alrighty, so I've spent forever setting that up. Anyway, so I'm going to machine in 6.5mm to 16mm, and then I'm going to make it round, same size as this basically. Actually, the smart thing to do would be just to machine it round to start with. I've still got about 10mm come up there. I'll bring you back later. Beautiful, look at that, like a bloody Mach one, any much more better. So tap a thread in there and we'll just about be done then. Alrighty, so if you're wondering why I machined this round here, I want to put a micrometer dial on there. that's why I did that. So I'll just chamfer that edge a little bit. Alrighty, so that's that bit done. So next lot of casting I do will be to cast up the housing for the R32 collar chuck, which arrived here yesterday, day before. Well, it might have been yesterday it arrived. These spring-loaded clamp levers, they will probably be here tomorrow with a bit of luck. The bits are starting to show up and we're getting on with it. Alrighty, so we'll get back on with facing these off, cleaning them up so we can use them. Right, there was a fair bit of dicking around, but I'm going to clean this up, both the outside and the inside with the boring head when I do it. So I've got to say, these two bits cleaned up pretty nicely. There's no inclusions really. There's one little tiny one there. The only inclusions are the imperfections in the outside skin of the foam. So I've had enough of this bloody heat for one day. I'll tell you, I went down the road to get my iced coffee for, and this image just here is what my bloody face felt like riding down the road on the bike. It's just, it's the hottest April I've ever felt here in the 17 years I've been here. So I've had enough for one day. So we'll get in tomorrow and we'll bore this one out to 20 mil. Bore this bloody thing out to 40.5 or whatever it has to be. At this point in the video, I'd like to thank my patrons. This continued support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down in the description. You can sign up there and drop me a couple of dollars every month. If you don't want to be a regular contributor, there's always buy me a coffee. Now let's get back to the build. I've got a bit of a hole just there, but I'm not going to chase that. Alrighty, so I'll get this changed over and we'll bore the inside out. Oh, it's only about 10 o'clock and I'm just sweating profusely and dripping all over the floor and so hot. Not the best fit, but but it'll have to do. Alright, well this one will have a screw down through here which can literally clamp it in place anyway. So, right, we'll get on with the next one. Shopping day today, and I'm glad because I'm going to go and spend some time in that damn air conditioning shop. This heat's killing me. This thing's measuring 40.4 and the bore currently measures 40.34, so talking 6/100ths of a millimetre. That's all I don't know if we want to try and take out of there. I give up. I'm going to try and press that in there. Hope like hell it goes in. Alrighty, so these things arrived today. And I've got another one for here, but it's just a little bit too long, so I've got to cut that off. This thing pressed in alright in the just in the vise with a bit of persuasion from a 16-ounce persuader. But it went in there. It's nice and tight, so I don't need to slit these, clamp it in. While you weren't looking, I drilled and countersunk some bolt holes in here for these two. So that's about it for this week, I reckon. It's about all we can fit in. I've got the ER32 collar chuck now, so I'll be able to cast up the piece for here. But that'll have to wait till next week. If you enjoyed watching me make this, how about giving it a great big thumbs up and smashing that like button, because you know it kind of helps me out. So hopefully you're starting to get the gist of what I'm trying to do here, and come back next week and see how we go with the rest of it up here. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.